morning. I wanted to check in with all of you and introduce you to our final module of the semester. The final module is Module 5, and we're going to kind of put everything together we've done all semester with our business writing, because you're going to write a proposal memo to me, so you'll use memo format again. You're going to do research. You're going to write up the research report. So you're going to be utilizing a lot of the different skills that you've used this semester. So if I click right here into Module 5, you'll see the folder for the long research report. And this folder does have all the assignments that are due in the module. And there are different due dates in this module, starting with April 18th is the first due date. And you can do this long report in a group of up to 5 students. So a lot of you are vet tech majors, a lot of you are dental hygiene majors. If there is an issue that connects to something you all are dealing with, maybe there's a class availability issue, maybe something with the program, maybe something with the college, maybe something with the field of dental hygiene or the field of vet tech. So what you're going to do is, to learn more about this assignment, is you're going to click into this folder. And the very first document I have, and it says, read this before you choose a topic, the long research report assignment sheet. So I click in there, and this gives you kind of a run through of everything. It tells you that this assignment should be on a topic or issue related to either Cape Fear Community College, New Hanover County, or your community. It should be related to you somehow. So you're not going to choose abortion, homelessness, poverty, hunger. You're not going to choose these big blanket topics. You're going to choose something very specific, like the vacation policy at Dr. Smith's dental office should be changed. And then you would tell us what the current vacation policy is, and then you would propose what the new one should be. And the way the research comes into place is you would use things like workplace documents and manuals to show that what the current policy is. And then you would maybe draw on the documents from other companies or interviews from other dental offices to talk about how they do it if you think that they have a model that's better. So you're just trying to propose, you are going to, in your long report, explain what the problem or issue is, and you're going to create a solution to it, a proposed solution. All right, so that's the assignment topic. As far as the guidelines, it needs to be related to your job, Cape Fear, your major, very, very small scale. Chapter 15 in the book shows you what the final report looks like on pages 605 to 621. Here again are some bulleted points to talk to you, to explain to you some of the types of topics that would work for this paper. Could be a workplace procedural problem. It could be a customer service issue. It could be a facility design problem, a maintenance or functional problem, a safety issue, a funding or budgetary issue, but it's something very specific, like the blood tube assignment you did. Of course, you just did that in a little memo, but imagine if you had to do a whole research report on that one issue. All right, so the audience for this assignment would be whoever could really make the change for you. So if you're writing about a policy at a dental office, you're probably going to write kind of gear the report and your transmittal letter, which is one of the items within the report, which you'll see when you look at the chapter with the sample long report and all of its sections. The transmittal letter would probably be written to the office manager. Here are all the requirements about the research and how many sources you need. You need at least 5 sources. You can't you can't be your own source. So if you are super close to your topic, you can't just write it out of what you already know. The formatting guidelines, you're really going to just use the exact format that's in the book in the example. The thing is the whole report, when it says the final report will be 8 to 12 pages single spaced, except for the works cited page, which should be double spaced. That includes every section. That means that the letter of transmittal is a page. You've got an abstract, you've got an introduction, a body, a conclusion. Within the introduction, you have the background, the problem, the scope. There are very specific sections to this report, which you will see when you read the chapter. I will change this. It says you could work in groups of up to, it should say 5 members. And before you can choose your big, long report, or the first step to choosing your long report is to propose that topic to me in your topic proposal memo. So we have 2 assignments. You have a memo that everyone, even if you're in a group, every person writes an individual memo. So everybody will submit a memo by Sunday, April 18th. And in that memo, it's going to tell me if you're planning on working on in a group and what you propose to do for your topic. Again, that proposal memo has very specific sections to it as well. And you need to include all the very specific parts of that memo. Once I approve that memo, which you'll see because you'll see your grade, you'll get full credit for your proposal memo if it's a workable topic and if you do it correctly according to the guidelines for that memo, then you can start moving ahead to the actual final long report, which is the detailed research report of the topic you proposed to me in your proposal memo. And the big long report's due on May 2nd. And then the following Sunday, you have a presentation that's due. All right, I'm going to move on to another document in here. The next is tips for choosing your topic. So you should read through this. It gives you some tips on how to do that. Here's an actual very detailed how-to sheet for the long report. This explains to you how to do the proposal memo, the parts of the proposal memo, and the long research report. This is a guide. So the third document down is literally a guide for everything in this module, pretty much. So this is a very important document. It gives you some ideas on choosing a topic. And this is choosing the topic for your long research report. Here are some past topics people have done in the past. So this hopefully will be very, very helpful to you. You'll read through these bulleted past topics. And you'll notice that the topics range from topics of interest to people's major, their neighborhood. It can relate to you in any of those ways. Then here's information on writing the proposal memo. The proposal memo is not the long report. It's the memo that every single student, whether you're choosing to work in a group or not, every student will turn in a proposal memo by Sunday, April 18th. The proposal memo will have these sections in it. You'll explain the purpose, the background of the problem, the questions to be investigated, your methods of research, kind of your timetable when you plan to do interviews, kind of give yourself a schedule. And then there's a way you kind of write up a little formal request, like I respectfully request that you approve this topic. You know, you'll see all this in your text, pages 542 to 546. There's a sample proposal memo. And again, that's your memo where you're pretty much outlining for me using these sections, these required sections. Every proposal memo should have this in it. And you're using these sections to kind of dissect your topic idea. Then, once you get the approval, which is your graded proposal memo with full credit, you know that your topic's great and you can move on to the actual long research report, which is taking that idea from the proposal memo to the next level. And then here are some tips for completing all of Module 5. It kind of goes through the steps you should take. And then here are the required components of the actual long report. There's a letter of transmittal, a title page, a table of contents, List of illustrations are optional because you may not have illustrations or charts in your long report. That's optional. An abstract, an introduction with the required sections, the body of the report, the conclusion, the recommendations, and then a works cited, which can be in APA or MLA format. It's called references in APA format. Again, there's a sample report in the book that you can use. Hopefully you will have a lot of your questions answered when you go through these documents in Module 5. Again, you read this one first and then come down to this how-to sheet, and it's very detailed. Here's the submission area for the proposal memo due on the 18th. Here is the submission area for the report, and here is the submission area for the presentation. If you have any questions, please reach out. Again, in this sheet, there are a bunch of past topics, and I think once you read through these, it will be super helpful, and hopefully you'll have a lot of topic ideas. Feel free to email me any of your topic ideas, and I look forward to reading your proposal memos.